this class is one that happens to be tested on the bar, so that's a good reason to study. Now, I know these words of wisdom will mean nothing to you. You will forget everything I just said. But it's a great book. It's called Willpower, and I forget the rest of the title. I'm reading it right now. I really just... The other thing that the book is talking about is your brain lies to you constantly. It makes you make bad decisions. Because you sit there and you go, well, I really want to do this, but that donut looks really good. And you eat the donut. And then you feel guilty about eating the donut to eat another donut. Because that's what you do, right? That's what I do. Your brain forever gives you a license to do bad things when you've done good things. So if you go and you put away the dishes, you feel really good about yourself, you eat a piece of chocolate cake. Or watch 2 hours of television. I encourage you to read the book. There's really a lot of tricks on how to overcome these silly little things. I bring this up because I know we're here right in the middle of the semester, and it's probably getting to the point where you're like, I have so much I have to do. 5 hours of Netflix is what I need right now. And you know you don't need it. You're going to feel bad after you do it. So I'm trying to help you figure out a way to overcome it. Why is he wasting my time? So let's talk about material. Yes, problem 18. Problem 18. Did you already do a problem last week that I called you yet? No, I went that way, right?
I said that it could be used as collateral if it's classified as a healthcare insurable receivable.
And a healthcare insurable receivable is?
An account.
An account. See, it was easy, right? I have a note to myself to look at 9109D8 for that problem. And just to remind ourselves, insurance is generally excluded, but healthcare receivables are an exception to that exclusion. And that's the important thing there. All right. Miss Hall, right, Kelsey? You got that right? All right, Kelly? No, she's not here. All right, so I'm going to be... You're Kelly?
Oh, this is also.
Kelly and Kelly, but Kelly, this Kelly's not here.
See, I called him.
Yeah, you already got Goldman. So you're cool. Sam, all right. Sam, next problem, problem 19.
I have.
I'm going to close the door. This is kind of... Go ahead.
I have it was covered under 9102A2.
9102A2. What is the collateral?
Let's see. It was transactions under credit cards.
Okay, and you went to 9102A2, and that's accounts.
Yes.
And why did you include this as an account?
It's a right of payment. It's a monetary obligation.
Yeah, and if you read further into the definition of accounts,
Let's see. Is it for the services rendered or to be rendered?
all right, let me pull it up. Make sure we're looking at the same section. A2, doesn't it have a longer definition? Look at subsection 7.
Arising out of the use of a credit or credit card.
No, it's, if the answer's in the book, you don't even need to explain why it's in the book. It's just in the book. It's in the code. So I'm perfectly happy with you not having a policy reason for this not being in the code. It's in there. That's the answer. The drafters made a decision that that would be an account. It is kind of an account. I mean, it fits the definition. But sometimes it's for, you use a credit card usually to buy stuff and to buy services. So that's right. Yeah. The worry there was somebody would figure a way to argue that they were outside of our code. Okay. They didn't hear all of our motivation speech, so we're just going to let them down. Hello. All right. 20. Problem 20.
So for A, I have.
And I have, so, Cap, right?
Yes.
Okay, Cap.
I have in the first blank, the milk in the hands of the farmer is a farm product.
The milk in the hands of the farmer is?
A farm product.
And why is that?
Because he. It's.
I think I agree with your answer. Let's start there. Sounds right. Why is milk a farm product?
Because it's a supply related to farming operations.
Okay. You take a look at the definition, sorry, the comments. So we look at comment 4A, when I want to do. Goods are farm products that are engaged in farming operations with respect to the goods. Animals in the herd of livestock are covered. Products of craft or livestock remain farm products as long as they have not been subjected to a manufacturing process. Could milk be subject to a manufacturing process?
Yes.
And what would that be?
Like, pasteurization.
And just so you know, pasteurization is not considered a manufacturing process that would take it out of farm products. That's what it is. Okay. I just want to point that out. So if the farmer has a product and turns it into yogurt, it might become inventory, right? So it starts off as a dairy product in its natural state and then gets turned into strawberry yogurt. Let's make a good chocolate flavored yogurt. Right? Then it becomes a, if it's not farm product, under that circumstance, what would it be? Yes, very good. You guys are getting this. It's straightforward, right? Okay. Since we're just doing the blanks, the next one is in the hands of the grocery store.
And I have inventory.
And why is that?
Because they're using it as inventory to sell.
What does the grocery store do with it?
They sell it.
Yeah, and what's the definition of inventory?
Inventory. I'm looking at a means goods other than farm products, which are leased by a person as lessor, are held by a person for sale. Something.
There you go. That's the answer, right? The grocery store holds the milk as inventory because it holds it for sale. That's right. And it's not farm products in their hands. They're not in farming operations. In the hands of the grocery store's customer who is buying it. Yeah.
Consumer goods.
Okay, and what's the definition of consumer goods? How do we know it's consumer goods in the hands of the consumer? Although that seems patently obvious, right? I just want to make sure we understand
I
that.
didn't write down the note where I got it from.
So if we look under the definition of consumer good, we see 9102A
23.
23. Yep. And what does it say?
Consumer goods means goods that are used or bought for use primarily for personal, family, or household purposes.
There we go. Right. Food you eat, held for personal, family, or household purposes. Bingo. Straightforward. Now, I'm not. I think that's pretty. As long as you can find it in the statute, that's good. That's the answer. Okay. So we don't have to do a whole philosophical conversation about it. It's the definition. Okay. Moving on.
So,
It's Matthew, right?
yeah. So if it's in the possession of a restaurant instead of a grocery store, I think it could be inventory if they're like selling milk.
Okay.
Like has a menu item. I guess.
So if it's on the menu and they're selling milk, it's inventory. It could be inventory for another reason.
Yeah.
Take a look at the definition of inventory.
Inventory is goods other than farm products which
Look at 48T.
consist of raw materials, working process, or materials. Yeah, so if they're using it to cook, then
Yeah.
it'd be
Whether they're selling it to the consumer or they're using it in the product of making their food, it's still inventory. So this is the things that are used up in the course of operating business. The other example we had last week, I think, was the sheet of paper in the hands of Staples is inventory, but also in the hands of the person that puts it into the business that puts it in the printer is inventory, right? Even though they're not selling it to anybody, it's used up in the course of their operations. Great. Okay, moving on to C. So now, rare coins bought by a hobbyist.
Did we just eat
Or did I skip B? Sorry. That would be on A. Yes, B. Certificate of deposition to a bank.
I put instrument.
Okay, why?
Because I looked up the case that it cited.
Okay, and is there a reason that from the definition that it fits that? What is an
It
instrument?
said it takes on the characteristics of a promissory note.
Yeah.
And that's what it said in the.
Yeah, I know.
And instrument is
But a promissory note is, yeah, look, and explain that to me. Doesn't feel like a promissory note, though, does it?
Um,
What's the definition of instrument?
A negotiable instrument or other writing that evidences a right to the payment of a monetary obligation.
Yeah, and what else?
It is not itself a security agreement or lease, and is of a type that is in ordinary course of business, is transferred by delivery with any necessary endorsement or sign.
Yep.
Um,
Can a CD be transferred to somebody else? In that case, it was transferable, wasn't it?
that one, oh, in the case?
Here's what I want to distinguish it from deposit account, right?
Okay.
A CD is money you put into a bank, right? Usually buy CDs from a bank.
Okay.
But why is it not a deposit account? Why is it an instrument?
I don't know. I don't think I really understand what a CD is. And I know
Right.
I have in my notes that it's different if it's non-transferable or transferable, that if it's transferable, it would be treated like a deposit account, but I just don't know if I understand what that means.
Ken, would it be all right if I asked you, certificate of deposit, what would be your explanation of what it is?
It's basically it's like a contract, it's an agreement that allows me to redeem this at a later date for more money than I originally took.
Yeah, so you go to a bank.
It's a time loan to the bank.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's a time loan to the bank. That's why the case talked about sounding like a promissory note. You're essentially lending money to the bank, and the bank is paying you back with interest. That's actually what a savings account is too. It's just that with a CD, there's a document. There's a piece of paper that evidences this agreement, and they can be, depending on the circumstances, transferable. Right? So it actually is a piece of paper, although today it's probably electronic.
It's still paper.
Yeah, it's still mostly paper? Yeah.
Well, the bank will give you a piece
Yeah.
of paper, they'll keep it as a
Yeah. So that's why. So certificate of deposit, they're actually not that common anymore. I don't think banks, I mean, they sell them, but the interest rate on them is so low that nobody buys them.
So you give the money in the bank, they give you that back, you can cash it back in and get your money back later, plus make some, I think, small.
The key is that it's a piece of paper that you
Okay,
get.
then what difference does it make if it's transferable? I think that's.
Well, it looks more like an instrument. Yeah. The more, if you read the definition, and is in the course of business, commonly transferred. Isn't that what it says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it was like non-transferable, then it wouldn't.
It's a stronger argument. It looks like a deposit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's an instrument here. We don't talk about them very much because interest rates are so low that people are not investing in CDs. In 1984, the interest rate on a CD was 15% or higher. So you went to a bank, you gave them $1,000, and a year later they gave you back $1,015. Yay, right? It was a huge amount of money. People invest a lot in CDs. Now the interest rate's like 0.7%. Oh, nobody buys them because they're not worth it. Now people are investing in stock and other kinds of securities. Okay, then there's the next thing in that problem. So then it says an air bill issued by an airline for shrimp.
I'll put a document,
Okay, why do you have it as a document?
because it's the receipt, and it's under the definition says the document is, it means a document title or receipt.
Yeah. Okay. Good. The next example.
Rare coins bought by a hog.
No, there's one more in that problem.
The receipt given to the farmer by a silo operator when the farmer stored grain there. That's also a document.
It's essentially a warehouse receipt. The farmer deposits corn in the silo, and the silo issues a document to the farmer saying, I'm holding X tons of grain for you. That document is actually evidence of the ownership of that property. And transferable, right? You can actually sell the wheat in the silo by handing over the receipt to somebody else. All right, questions about those before we move on? I want to make sure we understand instruments and documents. Great. Okay, top row now talking to Nicole, did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the rare coins now.
I said it's a consumer good.
And why is that?
Well, because he's doing it as a hobby, so I thought it was for personal purposes.
Things you do as hobbies are personal things, right? So the property you own that you use in your hobbies are for personal, family, or household use. Yeah. Everybody agree with that? Good. Next one.
D, I said tax refund was a general example.
Okay. And why?
I mean, I looked at the case and I thought it was an intangible, but I didn't think it fit into any of the other categories.
So it's a right to receive a payment, right? It's the IRS, it's a refund, right? No, so great distinction to make. Why would it not be an account? Who did the earlier account question? Yeah. What's an account? Let's look at the definition of account. What is it? If you look at the definition of account, it's got to fit into one of those 7 or 8 subcategories that are listed. And the first 2 are for money owed on account of goods sold, or 2, services provided, and there's credit card debt and all these other things. Does it fit into any of those subcategories? No. So it doesn't feel like an account, right? So if it's not an account, it's not a chattel paper, it's not all the other things, what does it have to be? The catch-all. It doesn't fit into any of the other categories. So it has to be a general intangible, right? It's a right to receive payment, so it looks like a payment intangible. That's a general intangible. Okay? Yes?
Is it different if it's like a paper check?
So,
Like if you get
if it's a check. So here the description is it's an amount owed, and the IRS has just said, we owe you a refund. But they haven't issued the check yet. If they issue the check, what is the check? So now you have a check. What is a check? Yes, exactly. So it changes. So, but we're always asking the question, at the time of creation of the security interest, what do you have? Not, it could become check later, yes. We're going to see in later chapters of the book, when things get converted, sometimes they're proceeds, sometimes they're something else. So the check could be proceeds of the general intangible. Yeah, but we haven't studied proceeds yet. At the time of creation of the security interest, what is it? Here it was just a bare obligation by the IRS to pay a refund. Great. Next one. Thank you.
A debenture bond issued by a corporation, and I had that it was investment property.
Okay, and why?
Well, it's quasi-tangible because it's like a paper that might do something, and it also, just looking at the definition of investment property, it kind of fits with it since it's unsecured.
Yep. All right, questions about that one? So and what do they refer to it as? I think they use a curious name, a debenture bond. Common parlance, I think most people talk about debentures. But a debenture is an obligation to pay money represented, an obligation to pay money usually by a corporation. A bond is usually debt issued by a corporation, but it's in the form of a security, which means they sell obligations to pay this money on pieces of paper that you can buy. So if a company is issuing $1 million in bonds, maybe an investor buys $10,000 worth of those debts, and they will get a piece of paper that says $10,000, a bond that says that. So that's what a bond is. It's a loan in the form of a piece of paper. That's why it's investment property.
And
Thank you.
a right to 100 shares of stock recorded on the books of debtor stockholders and also the investment property.
Okay, are we good about investment property? Now, if you haven't taken this word, maybe this is something that's not obvious to you yet. Corporations raise money two different ways. They either sell stock, which for argument purposes is investment property, or they sell bonds. Stock is ownership, bonds is debt. So a bond is a loan that the company borrows money from investors. Stock is money that they raise from investors and they give ownership shares in the company. That's the difference, right? A bond, there's an interest rate. On security, there isn't. Right, on stock, there isn't. On stock, you own part of the company. If they pay dividends, that's what you get. That's all you need to know for this class. We're not doing corporate law, okay? All right, I think we've gone through the whole class already once, right? That means we have to start over. Oh my gosh, that sucks.
Let's see, which one is it F? I'm hearing.
Yes.
The checking account you have at the bank, is that an account?
It's an account, it's called bank account, but for Article 9 purposes, what kind of account? It's not an account, which is 9102A2.
Deposit account?
Deposit account, okay, great. Money held by a bank, other than Natalie's certificate of deposit, is a deposit account. So definition of deposit account. When we say bank account, we mean deposit account in Article 9. Great, thank you. Then we're on to G. Oh my gosh, computer program.
I think that's a general intangible.
Okay, where do you get, how do you come up with it?
I think that the definition of general intangible includes software.
It does, if you look at the comments to the definition section, I believe, here we're looking for D, so it's 9102 comment 4D, and there's a discussion of general intangibles. And there it talks about the kinds of things, and I believe, actually, and then there's also, shoot, where's the software one? Comment, so, comment 25, sorry. So that same section, if we flip to that, it says, the discussion of software. Software is used in connection with priority rules. Software is like a payment intangible, is a type of general intangible, but it could also be not only a general intangible. There's another type of software that's something else.
Could it be equipment?
Well, yes, but more generally. Yes, it could be equipment. But let's take a look at the definition of goods. The term also includes a computer program embedded in goods and any supporting information provided in connection with the transaction relating to the program. So it could be goods if it's embedded in the goods. But if it's a standalone piece of software, it's general intangible. How do you know the difference?
I guess like a good would be like if you bought like a Microsoft Office license.
Okay, so that's a good? What is a good? It's a movable thing, right?
Yeah.
Is software a movable thing?
I'd say generally no.
Okay, right. And if you look at the bottom of the definition, it says a good. Second last sentence. The term does not include a computer program embedded in goods that consists solely of the medium in which the program is embedded. You buy Microsoft Office and it comes on a DVD. Is the DVD goods?
No.
No, because of that exclusion of the definition. What you're buying is software. The DVD is kind of extra. If it comes on a USB drive, don't care. It's not a good. It's the software that you're buying that's embedded, that's copied onto that. When is it a good? So give me an example of an embedded software. Anybody? No? Is Windows embedded? Can you delete Windows and put in Linux on your computer? Okay, so you can get rid of Windows. So that's software, right? What kind of software can't you get rid of?
What about like a video game console?
All right, so what part of the video game console? Explain to me.
Software within the video game.
And why are you saying that's goods, not software?
You can't delete it, take it out, move it to other software like that.
I think that's right.
But wouldn't it just be like the CD?
No.
The video game? Oh, you do come out though.
So you buy the console, and it comes with software that makes it operate.
You can't crack it.
Okay, and we're not talking about hacking here. It's the normal commercial uses of these products. Software that is stored in a good that makes the thing operate, do the thing it's supposed to do, is embedded software, is part of the goods. I'll give you an easy example. Has anybody here got a refrigerator that has software built into it? Right, the Internet of Things, this is the great thing that's going to happen next. All of our toasters and our refrigerators and our electric shavers are all going to talk to each other, right?
Roomba?
Roomba, yes, great example. Does the Roomba need software?
Yes.
It absolutely has to have software. It's got a computer on board. The way it works is it runs software. Do you have to buy that software separately? Comes with it, right? You can't operate without it. You're typically not deleting it off of there to install it. I would say the Roomba operating system is embedded software. It's part of the good. It doesn't exist separately. It's not a general intangible. It's embedded. Yeah.
So is the actual video game a type of software that would be a general intangible?
Yes, that's what I would say. So you buy the PS4. Hopefully the new PS5 will come out soon. We can all upgrade, right? Xbox or PS5? PS? Xbox?
GameCube.
GameCube. There we go. Game Boy. Yes. Okay. This is a hard one. Software is a little bit difficult because you just got to do the analysis. Is it embedded into the good that it's sold with, or is it a separately sold piece of software? If it's separately sold, it's software. It's a general intangible, and we don't care that it comes on DVD or USB drive. Doesn't matter. It's still the software that you're buying, right? The medium of getting to use it all. Excellent. Okay. The monthly rental obligations owed to a landlord.
So the accounts that is a right to a payment monetary obligation for property, then I think it's 9109D11. Says that Article 9 doesn't apply to the creation of interest in or lien on real property.
Okay, so the rent is a D11 excluded kind of account. I mean, it could be styled as an account, but it's not because of D11. So then the problem goes on, and it says something else, right? The promissory note signed for tenants to pay their rent. Oh, sorry, that's another blank. That's not fair. You were only doing one blank at a time.
I have this instrument.
Yeah, why?
Because it's a negotiable instrument or any other writing.
But it's related to real estate.
Right, but isn't the rent? I thought because the rent was negotiable at your side.
So even though the transaction relates to property, it's a separate piece of collateral. It's not the rent obligation, it's the promissory note that is about, right? They executed promissory notes that are separate and apart from the real estate interest, okay? So this is just like the mortgage situation. Mortgages are not Article 9 transactions, ever. Promissory notes are collateral for Article 9 purposes because they're personal property in the form of an instrument. If the promissory note is part of a mortgage transaction, it doesn't matter. It's still an instrument. It's still an Article 9 collateral. Yes?
So what was the first one, the obligations?
So why is rent excluded?
Because of 9109D11, it says the creation of an interest in or lien on real property is excluded from Article 9.
Okay, so D11 excludes real estate transactions. So mortgages, leases, things like that are not Article 9 transactions. Okay, but you execute a promissory note about that transaction. The promissory note is a personal property right covered by Article 9. Just a couple more, we're almost done. There's the Morgan County Feeders case. We talked about the equipment, right? They're not held, the cattle is equipment, not held for sale. Problem 21.
I think it's already consumer good.
Why?
Because when he originally bought it, it was for his personal or like family.
Go ahead, why?
Oh,
But you bought it for what kind of purpose?
I think the first was on personal joint originally.
Well, what does the problem say? This is 21, right?
Right.
You bought it as a speculative investment.
Oh,
Do people invest for personal, family, or household purposes?
no.
They don't?
Very good, yeah.
Do you have investments? You're a student. You invest in debt. Do your parents, do people you know in your life that don't have, that are not in school, have they invested for personal, family, or household purposes? 401ks, IRAs.
Yes.
So, but what if he's in the business of investing?
Then I would say he buys like business purpose.
Okay, this one could be either, right? If we think the investments are personal investments, then it's personal, family, or household property. Then it's a. If he is in the business of buying assets for investment purposes, what is it then?
Would be an investment property?
Okay, is it investment property?
No, it would be a inventory. If he's gonna sell it at a later date.
Well, let's take a look at comment 4A about inventory. It's held when? In what way do you have to hold it? So it talks about inventory. It says goods are inventory released by lessor or held by person for sale. Inventory goods are, let's see. Implicit in the definition is the criterion that the sales or leases are or will be in the ordinary course of business. Is he in the, all right, so are there companies that buy and sell collectibles and hold them for sale in the ordinary course of their business?
Yes.
Very popular show on, did I forget TLC maybe? Sorry? The History Channel, what's the show? Yes, right? They are in the business of buying collectibles for sale, right? Is that the business he's in? In the sale in the ordinary course of business? Yeah, maybe not, right? If he was, we would say inventory. If he's not, what is it? So he's in the business of investing, but he doesn't hold it for sale in the ordinary course of business.
It's equipment company.
Yes, then it's equipment, right? Because there's 4 kinds of goods. Is it farm products? Is it consumer goods? If he's in the business of collect, no. If he's an investor, no. Does he hold it for sale as part of the ordinary course of his business? No. Well, at least he might not. If he does it, then it's equipment. Okay. Does that make sense? I want to make sure you all get this. In the hands of this debtor, this is when we have goods, we have to ask, what is the debtor doing with it? So I think your analysis as consumer goods is a good starting point, because if he's just a collector in the sense of he likes to hold on to stuff that's old, for personal, family, or household purposes, what is it? Consumer goods. That's obvious. But if he's in the business of investing, then an individual will be in the business of investing. Everybody here ever heard of a day trader? Would you say it's their business if they're a day trader? What's a day trader?
Someone that just buy and sell stock on a daily basis as their own.
They sit at a desk all day long trading stocks minute to minute, right? That's a day trader. Is that their business?
Yes.
Yes. And so I would say whatever they do is either, if they're buying and selling stock, well, let's make collectibles, buying and selling collectibles, that sounds like inventory. But they're not. It's not inventory. So, because he doesn't sell on a regular basis, so it sounds more like equipment. Yes?
I know it's the original intent.
Yes. The intent of the user, of the debtor at the time that the security interest is created, not later.
So I think I answered my question. If he decided then to put it up for sale on eBay, it wouldn't change.
Our classification, what happens later, is a set of rules we haven't studied yet. Sometimes the original perfection is okay, sometimes we have to update it. We'll see, there are different rules. Okay. But at the time, he entered it. Great. I think it sounds more like consumer goods, but I'm worried, so I would probably want to file a document because I'm going to find later. Consumer goods, you don't have to file things in many cases, but for most other debtors, you have to file fines. All right. Does the problem go on? That's it, right? Yes. Problem 22.
Okay. Are these contracts?
That was Lucas and now Keith.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be child paper.
Okay, why?
Because there's a monetary obligation and security interest, I guess. Maybe.
This problem is in there so you can understand what child paper is. Yeah, what is child paper?
It's a loan with a security interest as well.
Okay, there's a monetary obligation, and what else? Security interest and?
This would be good.
Yeah, and personal property, right? So part of one transaction, there's 2 documents, or one document that embodies 2 transactions, a promissory note, or a monetary obligation, and a security interest in personal property. The classic example is the car loan. Car loans are child paper. Because when you go to the dealer and you say, I want to buy a car, they make you sign a piece of paper, and it says, you owe me so much money over the next 5 years, and you grant me a security interest in the car. That's child paper. What's the interesting thing about child paper? Is it can be sold. The child paper itself, that obligation with the security interest attached, can be transferred away. So most car dealers, when they do those things that they do internally, they don't keep it because they want cash. So they sell them to a bank or some other investor. Okay, great. One more problem. We're almost done with this section. 22.
23.
Sorry, 23. Sorry.
That I guess if it's a statute lien, a statutory lien, what it fall under?
Okay, most statutory liens are outside of the scope. What is it about this particular statutory lien that might make it an article line?
Is it also an agricultural lien?
Does it cover agricultural goods?
It kind of gets that vibe.
Can I get that line? So agricultural liens in 9102A, 9109, sorry, 9109A3 is it? No, 2. 9109A2 agricultural liens are included by definition, even though it's statutory and it's not a transaction in the classic sense of A1, we're including that way. And the reason is that for practical reasons, it was just better to include them. There's no, this is a practical decision by the drafters, just to bring it into the article 9 requirements. If it has to, so the consequence of it being an agricultural lien means you have to follow the rules of Article 9, which means 5. Okay. Great. Okay, first, when we get the time, I'd like to meet again on Friday. I'm not going to take attendance. Attendance is only taken on Wednesdays. But I'm going to extend class to Friday. Like I said, I might do a couple times during the course of the semester, just to make sure we get all done with the discussion of the validity of the forms before we move on to attachment next week. Okay? So we have two documents that I went over in my lectures. What are they?
Security agreement.
Security agreement and financing statement, right? These are the two essential pieces of paper that are used in an Article 9 transaction. So for the lecture today, we'll talk quickly about what a security agreement is, but next week's lecture about attachment, the security agreement is more central, right? Today's discussion is more about the financing statement. So we're only going to talk about the general financing statement and then the name of the debtor. The description of collateral we will talk about next week, okay? So we're talking about why we have the forms, and then we're talking about the name of the debtor. And the name of the debtor, unfortunately, is complicated. Should be easy, it's not. So that's why we're concentrating on that today. And next week we talk about issues that come up with the description of collateral, both in the security agreement and the financing statement, and then also attachment, and attachment is about the security agreement. All right, so first, before we start looking at the problems, any issues from the lectures? Yes?
Can we go over the two ways that you find them, like option A and option B?
Yes, and we will do that. And actually, now that you mentioned, let me pull up. I put together just a quick slide. I wanted, before I did the slide show, I wanted to make sure I answered any questions. But yes, so let me just say this: for our class, we're using A. I like it; it's easy. It's the driver's license rule. Simplifies life, right? If we go with A. I think I haven't checked this in a while. I believe the majority of states use the driver's license rule, option A, but not every state has, and not every state has chosen option B either. They've done their own thing. So Tennessee, I think, has license or state-issued identification card as their rule, which again makes sense, right? It's either the license that they issue, which is a state-issued ID, or if the person's not a driver, they also issue a non-driver's license. Not license, non-driver's ID card. So, but for our purposes, we're going to talk about driver's licenses, okay? That just makes it simple. Other questions about it? Sorry, I meant to do this. Just be simple. For today and next week, the financing statement is the document we use to perfect. We are not studying perfection this week or next week. Perfection is, we're going to review again, but the financing statement is the document that we use for perfection. Perfection is the basic idea that a security agreement, perfection is the system that is created to protect secured parties against other people claiming interest in the property. So it's the filing against the world. The security agreement is a contract between the secured party and the debtor. So a lot of the issues that come up with financing statements are not relevant to that discussion because they know each other. The bank lent to them. Who they are is not a secret. They're sitting in their office signing a loan document. So issues about what the debtor's name is are irrelevant for the security agreement because the secured party obviously is talking to the debtor. What's your name? Let me see your driver's license, all that stuff. So we don't care. But on the financing statement, because it's a document that is applicable against the rest of the world, it needs to be accurate. And that's the key part of this, the accuracy of that document. The accuracy issue we're talking about today is the name. The accuracy issue we're talking about next week is the description of collateral. If those things are screwed up, then we have problems. All right. Oh. Come on. What's going on here? Sorry. I walked in and I started logging in and I forgot the way. Does anybody in this room use Edge, the Microsoft browser? It seems like a terrible piece of software. Am I right? Like Chrome is so much better, or Firefox. Edge is just awful. It never works for me. I'm going to do this before we do the problems. Hopefully this will answer your question, okay? Because we'll talk a little bit about the names, the issues with names. All right, so the first thing that, no, that's not good. Okay, the filing system, which is important, the financing statement is part of. We understand how the financing system works. It's communicating to the rest of the world, right? So the filer is the secured part, the person who's claiming the security interest, and they send a piece of paper to the filing system. Usually it's the Secretary of State's office for the state of the filing is occurring, okay? That financing statement is going to has to list three things, as we saw in the lecture, right? It has to list the debtor's name, the debtor's address, and the collateral description. Now, the reason for filing is so that other people can search. That's why we have filing systems. So the question is, how do they search? They don't search by address or description of collateral either. That's sort of impractical. They want to find out if the person they're going to lend money to is the person that they're talking to right now. The person that they're going to lend money to, has already borrowed money from other people and granted security interests. So the only way you search is by name. So getting the name right helps, for the filer to get the name right, helps the searcher find the documents. So both of these parties need to put the right name in. The filer has to file under the right name so that the searcher can find it, and the searcher has to search under the right name so that they find the right documents. Okay. So, there is no definition of name. So what does Black say? A legal name. Person's full name is recognized in law. A legal name is usually acquired at birth or through a court order. Full name. An individual's personal name, second or middle name, or initials, if any, and surname arranged in a customary order. Common law name. The name of which the debtor is generally known for non-fraudulent purposes in the community. Tiger Woods. How is Tiger Woods known? If you search under Tiger Woods, this is a Westlaw search that the person who did this presentation did. 8,440 hits. If you search under his birth certificate name, 105. His name on his birth certificate is Eldrick Tromp Woods. Has anyone outside of his parents ever called him Eldrick? No, he's known in the community as Tiger Woods. Many people have this, right? Their birth certificate is not how people know them. So now here's a question. What's his name? But that's not good. We need one name to search under. You're right. Both are his name, as I just showed you. Right? Your name can be many different things. So that's a correct answer, but insufficient for Article 9 purposes. If there are multiple opportunities for multiple versions of a person's name, searching becomes a nightmare. And so Article 9 has to come up with a system to figure out how we do searching for names. We don't know what to do. Okay, so what is alternative A? And this is the alternative I prefer. It's what your driver's license says. If the debtor is an individual to whom the state has issued a driver's license that has not expired, why does it need to be a currently valid license? Well, why does it need to be unexpired? If it's unexpired, the state no longer can guarantee that that's the name that you claim to own, right? While you have your driver's license and it's still valid, you're supposed to go to the DMV and change it if your name changes. So if it's a valid license, then we have some belief that reflects the actual name that you've reported to the DMV. If you have a license, then the only name that fits is the name on the driver's license. Simple. I love this version. And it's the version I'm going to use in class for exam purposes. Version B, which I discussed in my lecture, has 3 options, including the driver's license. But it also says birth certificate, and it also says name as your known. Very confusing. So, let me give you an example. Debtor's exact legal name is Robert Paul Marshall, birth certificate, right? Debtor's driver's license name is Santa Claus. Is a filing against Robert Paul Mitchell valid under this version? You feel good about that answer? You feel good about that answer? People who feel good about stuff, yell it out. Come on, you feel good about this answer? No, it's still a valid license. Is a filing against Robert Paul Marshall valid? No! I just told you! And you all agreed, so in fairness, you all said, okay. Is a filing against Santa Claus valid?
Yes.
Yell it out!
Yes.
Okay. I understand this is so dry, and it's so dull, but small mistakes cause big problems. Has no driver's license. Is a filing against John Philip Watson effective? You're bored because you know the answer. What's the answer?
I want to say like yes.
Oh, why if you want to say it, just say it. And if you're wrong, we'll just ridicule you. There's no downside, right?
We're just looking at the text. It does include his last name and his first personal name, so no.
Everyone else was a coward, right? I'm sorry. I get it. No, I'm sorry. Why would you yell at, right? Okay. If you have a surname and first personal name, but they don't have a driver's license, and that's what you enter into the finance exam, you have entered the correct name. So the filer would be correct and the searcher would be correct, even though the middle name is wrong. Okay? Option B basically says it's either the driver's license or this, or birth certificate, I think what it says, right? Isn't that what B says? Take a look at yeah. A financing statement that fails sufficiently to provide the name of the debtor in accordance with 95038 is seriously misleading. It is not seriously misleading because it complies with 9503. Okay? Good. These are the rules that we're working with. What's a registered organization? An entity created by a state. The correct name is as stated in the records. Public organic record. What's a public? Why is it organic?
Okay, I can go back, but.
No, that's all right, go ahead.
How would someone get Santa Claus on their license? Like, I have no birth certificate to mine, so like.
Is it a reasonable question? No, it's a stupid question, but I know the legal answer to it. And that's why no one's going to get Santa Claus on their license. You're right.
So like.
But could the DMV, could you walk into the DMV and say, I know my birth certificate says, but everybody calls me Phil. Can I just put Phil down? And the person says, yeah, Phil's cool. We'll put Phil. I understand. I'm not saying that this, you're absolutely right. They're not going to do this. It was a ridiculous example. But if it's on the license, driver's license, that's the name you put in. And there is no other name. Even if it's 100% wrong, it's the right name. Right? 100% not the person's name. Perfect. If they can convince the driver, like, I don't know, Tiger Woods might be able to convince the DMV that his name is Tiger Woods. They might say, I'm not putting in Tiger. I'm putting in Tiger. And if they do, then that's his name for Article 9 purposes, under alternative A. Okay? Why is it called organic? Is it sold at Whole Foods? No, it's an organization, right? So therefore it's the organic record. I didn't write this statute. This is a statute that says somebody who owes a debt is called an obligor, and the person who doesn't own the debt is called a debtor. Right? They've made choices that are just unexplainable. I would never, before I read the statute in 2010, have called articles of incorporation an organic record. They wanted to come up with a terminology that applied across the board to all state-created entities. And so they came up with the idea of organic record. So it's whatever the government asks you to file, and then they certify it. Okay?
Question.
If you have an organization created by the government, it's only the name that's on file with the government. That's it. No other answer. Okay? Let's see what that was. This is the California version. Okay. Problems. What if there's an error? I'm just going to point this out. We'll study this again. What if there's an error in the name? You have to use the search logic. Whatever the state has chosen as its search logic dictates whether or not the name is seriously misleading. So if a name is entered a particular way, even with a mistake, but the search logic will pull it up, then you're okay. So let's take a look at the search logic for organizations in the case that's in the book. It's on page 79. There are no limits to the number of matches. No distinction is made between upper and lower cases. So intercapitalization does not matter. Punctuation marks and accents, disregarded. Possessive or non-possessive, don't care. Words and abbreviations at the end of the name that indicate existence or nature of an organization are disregarded. So Inc., Corp., LLC, disregarded. The list is at the bottom. All spaces are disregarded. The word the at the beginning is disregarded. So if it's the Ohio State, but you type in Ohio State, it's the same thing. So, did you see that story? Ohio State University wants to trademark the word the. Because they're the Ohio State. This would ignore the word the, as I think the rest of the world should. Because it's pretentious. Anybody at OSU grad? Sorry, I don't mean to talk about this. Okay. It's only misleading if, based on the search that's done using this logic, and it's not found, is misleading. if a mistake is made, like you dropped an apostrophe, it doesn't search for apostrophes. So if you drop an apostrophe, it's not misleading. So if a filing says, I don't know, Susan's Cookies, apostrophe S, and the bank types in Susan's Cookies, no apostrophe S, you're relevant, because apostrophes are not used as part of the search. Okay, we did all this already. And standard search logic for individuals. Initials are the equivalent of all names that begin with the initials, and no middle name is the equivalent of all middle names. So if you request John A. Smith, it retrieves individual debtors with John or the initial J as the first name. Okay, Smith is the last name, and A, any name beginning with A or nothing as the middle name. Okay, so that's how it works. So let's start talking about the principal problems. We were looking at problem. There's a couple problems before we get to the debtor's name part. So it says Frederick B. bought a new computer and he signed something called a conditional sales contract. Is that a secure transaction? That's the I'm sorry. What do you think? Why? A conditional sale is not. It's not a conditional sale. It's a completed sale with a retention of a security by definition. So this is an Article 9 transaction. The document called a conditional sales contract is reread to be a security agreement, a loan and a security agreement. That make sense? We look through the substance of the form. If the transaction is actually a sale with a retention of a security interest, which this by definition is, it's an Article 9 transaction. So we basically reread the document to be what it really is, which is a sale with a loan and a security interest attached. Okay, so problem 25. Harry Fellini ran a movie theater called Fellini's Art Theater, but because he was the sole proprietor, that was his trade name. He gets security interest in the business is to Sharkey Finance Company. The finance company calls for a listing of the debtor's name. Should the parties use the business name or the individual name? I'll just throw this out to you. What do you think?
Harry Fellini?
Yep. So not the DBA, not the business name. Correct. Sole proprietorship is an individual, so therefore it's the individual's name that you file under. Take a look at 503C. 503C says, debtor's trade name is sufficient. A financing statement that provides only the debtor's trade name does not sufficiently provide the name of the debtor. 503C. So it's his trade name, it's not his name. His name is, again, what was the name? Harry Fellini. Great. Individuals only have their individual name. That sounds like obvious, but I had to say it. Okay. If the theater were to run as a partnership, would the partnership name be used as the debtor's name? What does 503A4 say? Subject in D. If the debtor is an individual to whom the state, okay. Is a partnership a corporation? Does a general partnership file papers with the state to become an entity? Who here took this order? Are you doing partnerships? How do you create a partnership? Sorry?
A partnership is created when there's an agreement of a partnership.
And what does it mean to appear like a partnership?
Carry on business as partners, each person shares profit and control.
Yeah. It's when two or more people come together to operate a business and to share the profits. Yes. Do you file paperwork with the government to do that? No, ever. General partnerships are formed when two people get together to start a business, even if they don't know it. Partnerships exist at the moment two people get together to start a business for profit and to share the profits and operate the business together. So I agree. Right? The appearance thing threw me off a little bit, but that's right. It's to the world. What is it? Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. To the world isn't a partnership. That's what we're asking for. Great. So what's the name of a partnership? What's the name of a partnership?
Submits under both of their individual last names.
Do partnerships always operate under the name of the partners? So what's the name of a partnership that is not operating under the name of the partners? Well, it's a partnership an organization. Yes. Right? Under the definition that I described in my lectures, general partnership is an organization. What is its name? It sounds like I'm trying to trick you. I really am not. Can a partnership have a name that it operates under? Yes. If it operates under a specific name, what's the name of the partnership? The name that it operates under. That's very straightforward. Yes. So if the partners are bound together and they say, for example, we're going to operate under, Smith and Gibbons, the Smith-Gibbons partnership, or we're going to have, that's a bad example. Those are names. So Smith and Gibbons get together and they operate the intellectual property partnership. The name of the partnership is the intellectual property partnership. Gibbons is my co-author. Right. That's the name of the partnership. What's the name you file under? What if it doesn't have a name? What if they have not chosen the name of the partnership? Then, yes. Then it's their names. A partnership is an organization, and so it fits under, you file under the partnership's name, whatever that name is, whatever they choose it to be. Yes?
So it doesn't have to be a registered organization?
A partnership is never a registered organization. If you have two people who start a company together and they want to be a registered organization, it would be something other than a general partnership.
Okay.
It would be a corporation, an LLC, a limited liability partnership, something like that. It would have some other name. Yeah. Partnerships are never, you don't file documents. That's just the way the partnership law has been set up. It's not one that requires any filing.
What's the difference between just a chosen partnership name and a trade name?
Well, I don't know. What is the difference? I don't know. Well, so let's ask this question. If the trade name is what the partnership operates under, is it its name?
Yeah.
You're all set. Where would you like to verify the name of the partnership? If you're the bank and you're freaking out, you're going, I don't know what name to put down, where would you want to look? Yes, the partnership agreement. Presumably, if this is a well-run partnership, they've gotten together with a lawyer to draft a partnership agreement, and it states the name of the partnership. If it is not a well-run partnership, and the bank is talking to these people, then I would say, go get a lawyer and get yourself a partnership agreement, because I'm not going to give you any money. I want a name, and I want it to be official. But then, I would also, because I'm a little freaky, because people are sort of sloppy, I would file under their individual names, their new partnership name, I would file 5 different ways, because I'm freaking out. You can never overfile. So if you freak out, you just file the documents, to be sure. But if they have a partnership agreement, and it says the name of this partnership shall be, then that's the name of the partnership. Okay? Partnerships are never registered organizations. Ever. Limited partnerships are. Limited liability limited partnerships are. But general partnerships are never registered organizations. Okay. Bob Walton has always used Bob as his first name, even though his birth certificate listed as Robert Edward Walton. all of Bob's public records use Bob Walton, and that's the name on his driver's license. Ding, 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 ding. When Bob applied for a loan from a credit union using his valuable comic book collection as collateral, what kind of collateral would that be? You did the guitar yourself. Well, maybe, if he's in the business of buying and selling or holding comic books as a business, but if it's just for personal use, what would it be? Yeah, okay, so it's consumer goods. And then, using his values, will the credit union be perfected in an alternative A state if the financing statement identifies him as Bob Walton?
Yes.
We feel good about that?
Mhm.
Alternative A, it's on his driver's license, that's his name. Now, if he took his birth certificate to the DMV, what should they put in? What? They may not. He may be able to convince them, everybody knows me as Bob, can I just get Bob? And they go, and that's what it is. Whatever they decide. It makes it nice and easy. There's an answer to this. It's what's on the driver's license. Okay. In an alternative B state, is Bob Walton okay? Yes, right? It's one of the alternatives in alternative B states. Driver's license. But Robert, his full name, Robert Edward Walton, would also be okay. He would not be okay in an alternative A state. It's only the driver's license. What if the driver's license lapses and he fails to get another one? What happens if he has an expired license? What's his name?
We should revert back to what was last one.
What hasn't been filed? He has an unexpired license and he goes to the bank. What's the name that he has to put on his license? On the financing certificate.
First and last name?
First, so surname and first personal name. So Robert and Walton. That's the default. That's the default if you don't have a driver's license. Surname and first personal name. Then you're okay. All right. Okay. So we will meet on Friday to finish this stuff up. If you haven't finished working the problems, do it. If you haven't finished watching the videos, do that, and then we'll hopefully be able to get through this stuff pretty quickly. I hope not to go 75.